hot is two things. Number one, we're seeing a lot of gold, a lot of metallics, kind of this 1970s, but a little more refined. You think of adding gold and sparkle to mid-century modern. And then the other thing that's trending, which is really interesting, is preppy. So we're seeing a return to that classic prep, lots of lattice, lots of clean lines, but with a little wink of it. So, you know, you might see an animal motif, like a crocodile or something fun. Sort of think Palm Beach in the 1980s.
What's really hot this season is gray floors. Gray wood floors are, I'm getting asked about them all the time. Also white, gray and black kitchens, really popular. And what I'm wanting my clients to do more is gold accessories in their home. And gold is so hot this season. It's really hard to convince people to go with the gold, but it is really hot and trendy right now.
So it's not the gold we're thinking of?
No, it's definitely not the brassy gold. It's more of a muted kind of brushed gold.
I definitely think what is hot right now is metallics and mixing lots of texture. We're seeing a lot of stone work coming actually into like lamps and things like that. So just mixing metals and like marble, and then putting even metals on your walls now. In just like in our booth, we have like kind of geometric shapes. So those were actually imported from France. So we're finding a lot of trends are actually coming from overseas. And it's kind of fun to play with those right now, kind of bring a little bit more modern into maybe a classic element in your space.
It's all about the luxury at the moment, and anybody can have it in your space. It's just taking metals and different things like that and luxurious materials and just inputting it a little bit in your space. It's all about luxury this next season.
I think the trend of colored faucets that came in a few years ago that seems to have gone out now. I'm surprised that didn't stick more. You know, black faucets, white faucets, there was red. I'm really surprised that didn't have any sort of lasting impression.
I think that something that surprised me, which actually made us really happy, was more traditional, lots of moldings, gorgeous detail. Like I felt that modern started taking over and everyone wanted plain, simple, no detail. And then now people are wanting character in their home and things like that, which we love because I love the detail. We love doing all the little moldings and making your home something different. When people walk into it, pops. It's not just a blank space that doesn't really have any character and it's very cold.
We love to mix the modern and the traditional, so it was really nice to see a bit more of the traditional come back this year. And that allows us to really take the client's point of view and their style and their own personality and mixing the two, put it into their own space, really making it them.
I think the big surprise is how strong black is saying. So gloss black ceilings, gloss black floors. I didn't know how long that would last. I love that trend because black actually surprisingly opens up a room and people are grabbing onto it a lot more than I thought.
Flowers! Flowers are the best way and they're my favorite thing. And they're inexpensive. I mean, you can get bundles of flowers anywhere. Going and just buying really pretty like linen textures, drapery for your like around the house. For all your windows or just maybe your front room that you want to pop when people walk in. I don't know, maybe adding a new little glass table, something bright and airy. I think this season, spring is fresh and airy, and those things are so easy to do. Maybe you're not buying a new couch, but maybe you're buying a new table that's a little bit, maybe it's a marble table or it's just a really easy glass piece.
Light, bright, linen, just keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of simple ways. For example, if you've got a great hardwood floor, think about rolling up your heavy carpets and bringing out perhaps a sisal. Change heavy blankets and drapes for lighter versions. Even think about taking the drapes off of your windows, which I know sounds crazy, but it can be really fresh. And then switch out your tchotchkes. So if you've got heavy, darker items, bring in maybe a bowl of sea glass, some fresh lemons in a container. Really affordable and really spring fresh.
And that's with decor items. So pillows, vases, fresh flowers. The tulips are really inexpensive, surprisingly, right now. So adding those pops of color with accessories is the least expensive way to add spring decor to your room.
I'm really over all of the sort of hipster style we've seen. So reclaimed wood, painted chalkboards. These things were actually really cool when they started, but it's just been done so much, and it's so much sameness. Every restaurant you go into has a painted chalk floor, a reclaimed wood bar, and an Edison light bulb hanging. do something completely different. I think that's why we're seeing this shift to gold and gloss blacks and stuff, is people want to go to the opposite extreme.
Surprisingly, it's actually zigzag print, and the zigzag phase that was in is totally out now. And what we're seeing is that in the discount stores, it's all zigzag. So that is the one thing that is really surprising me, that print did not stay around any longer. So.
No more colored countertops. I don't know. I found that it was a big trend for some reason, and IKEA definitely brought it in, and I definitely think it was a lot from Europe, the influence. And when that modern kick was on, we saw orange countertops, cherry red, or it was cherry red base with a
Lime green
apple top. And things like that where, you know what, maybe it looked really cool and you loved it a year ago, and guess what? We're getting calls to rip that out now. So now you just flushed a bunch of money down the toilet. So, yeah, if you can stay away from that, I think having a space that's neutral tones, which is what we love, and add your pops of color by little pieces like flowers, things like that you can change that are inexpensive, and really invest in beautiful pieces that are timeless and that you can just change with a photo frame, or you can change with a new stool versus gutting your kitchen and changing all the doors or repainting them.